a famous neurosurgeon in 1987. He was named Benjamin Carson or Ben. One day Ben is faced with a problem where he is asked to handle the case of conjoined twins stuck in the head in Germany. This year there is no doctor who treats the case and the risk is death if they are separated. Then he decided to go to Germany to check the condition of the child and met with Peter and August, who are the parents of the twins. Upon seeing the condition of the child, he feels so sorry. Likewise with August, who almost committed suicide when she knew of her daughter's condition. But Ben gave up. He intentioned because he realized that he would kill 2 lives. They begged Ben not to choose one of them. Hearing this, then he explained the risks involved and decided that he couldn't take the risk by performing the surgery. At night, he rethought about his decision, and with all due consideration, in the end he chose to perform the operation. After that he started figuring out how to handle the case, and convinces himself that he can handle the case. This incident is reminiscent of his past.
Number 15, Benjamin.
When Ben sat in elementary school, in the classroom, he is the stupidest student and always gets bullied by his friends, and he then retaliated by hitting one of his friends who bullying him until he was injured.
He had 5 stitches and his parents were very concerned about his grades.
Heard about that. His mother always supports her son, and said that he was not a stupid child. He can also use his intelligence and God will want that to happen. In evening, Ben asks his mother to help him finish his homework. However, it turned out that his mother could not read on the grounds that she needed new glasses. The mother did not want her son to know that. Then she also know that Ben can't spell words clearly because he needs glasses, and she bought it right away.
You're gonna be needing glasses.
With the help of his glasses, Ben's grade slowly started to increase. Heard about it. His mother was very happy and told Ben to use all his imagination in dealing with every problem, because the world resides in his brain. It was proven when Ben was doing worship at church. He was able to use his imagination to become a doctor while listening to the pastor's lecture.
And his wife ran for their lives as a thieves' waitress and tried to open it, but it was locked.
Then he wanted to become a doctor like in the story. His mother always supports what her son wants. One day his mother visits a psychiatrist because she has an uncontrollable dark side. In her past, she is an orphan who lives in an orphanage. When she is 13 years old, she got married and felt that it was her ticket out of the orphanage. But 5 years ago, she finds out that her husband has a child from another wife, thus destroying her life. The great thing is that she stays with her husband for the sake of her children who need a father figure. But her husband was involved with drugs, so she had to split up and get a house and then rent it out for extra money. Now she can only work as a housemaid because she felt stupid, cannot read, and has a fear that her sons will become like her. Because of that she contemplated suicide, as he couldn't afford to pay the medical bills. But instead, the psychiatrist helps her to treat herself by finding a job. Evening, she asked her sons for permission to be away from home for a week, with the excuse that she was going to Boston. Then she left her sons with Sister Scott, and gave their assignments to learn multiplication while she was away. But they refused because they think that the material is very difficult. Then their mother told them to work hard because working hard doesn't hurt anyone.
It's in the guessing game, Benny. Benny, listen to your brother.
The next day, she left home for psychiatric treatment. After 1 week she returned home, and saw Ben, who was very happy because he got an A score for the multiplication material. In addition, she got a job as a housekeeper at the house of the professor. There she saw many books and started to learn to read.
Unleavened.
After seeing a lot of books at Professor Home, she told her sons to go to the library and choose 2 books for each day. Then at the end of every week they submit a written report of the book they have read to her. Inevitably they have to go to the library and start reading books.
You're really a taker? It's real good.
It makes them rich in knowledge and it becomes their habit to read books. Like Ben, who is able to explain questions from the teacher when none of the students know it. Of course all the students including the teacher were very surprised by Ben.
You just stepped into a whole other world.
Not only that, now he can increase his grades. This habit is carried over until they reach their teens. Ben even got the title as the best student in 8th grade. But one of his teachers didn't like him and got bullied because of his different skin color. Hearing this made his mother very angry and determined to take her rented house so that her sons could have a decent life. Not just a house. Ben and Chris also transfer schools to an environment that values them more. In a new place, Ben begins to adapt to his friends. Again he gets bullying behavior because his clothes are considered tacky. He gets so annoyed that he asks his mother to buy him some clothes. But she refused because the clothes she was wearing were neither expensive nor cheap. Heard about it. He became very angry with his mother for thinking about Ben all the time. Finally she bought clothes for him with the remaining money she had. While Ben in his teens had a very big curiosity, until he went into juvenile delinquency, started by buying sharp objects to his friends. The next day, his mother was very angry with Ben for not wearing the clothes she bought for him. But Ben is not what he used to be. This time he dared to go against his mother and almost killed her.
Please help. Now you're talking.
Juvenile delinquency at his age made him more temperamental, and can't control himself. It was seen when he tried to fight his friend who bothered him by stabbing his friend's stomach knife. But luckily, his friend has a protector, so he doesn't get hurt. Look at it. Ben gets very scared and hides in his house.
Is all the world to...
In 1969, Ben managed to get a scholarship at Yale University. It is a prestigious campus, and Ben entered the School of Medicine as a surgeon. There he found a lover who always supports and helps him in every process. Ben's lover also helps him to face the exam that determines the continuation of his scholarship.
And made sir...
The next day he managed to get the best score in his class, and earned a degree as a neurosurgeon. Then he promised to marry his lover who always accompanied him. In 1976, Ben managed to enter Johns Hopkins Hospital, where the hospital only accepted 2 students a year to become neurosurgery residents. As a neurosurgeon, he believes everyone is capable of doing miracles with his brain, and he believes that everyone is blessed with amazing talents by using his brain. That reason allowed Ben to join the hospital. After being accepted, Ben started working at the hospital. However, his environment made him uncomfortable, starting from his colleagues who always underestimate him.
Dude, I'll get you kicked out of neurosurgery faster than you say yeah.
But he doesn't give up easily and tries to keep doing good to everyone to prove that he is worthy to join the hospital.
Good morning, Nurse Smith.
Until one day he faced a case where he had to choose to save a patient who had to undergo surgery immediately, or continue to follow the provisions of the hospital, which will put the patient's life in danger. With various considerations and the results of his good deeds, he is supported by his friends to put the patient's safety first, without looking at the risks and consequences.
Scalpel. Cottonoids, please.
Until finally Ben managed to do the operation and get praise that he made the right decision. In 1985, Ben worked on the case of a small child with Ronson's disease. It is a rare neurological disease characterized by frequent and severe seizures, and loss of motor and speech skills. He then informed the child's parents that their daughter would need surgery to get rid of the seizures and restore her motor skills. But of course it has risks and has no solution to deal with these risks. After that they decided to follow Ben's advice, because of that belief.
Oh? Moving the skull to access the dura.
You hear me? Can you open your eyes, sweetheart?
He managed to perform surgery and relieve the seizures and was able to restore the child's response.
Mommy, Daddy.
That made him famous among neurosurgeons that year. In the current year, in the evening, Ben's pregnant wife miscarried. He felt very beaten and blamed himself. But his wife still strengthened him and told him to stay on duty, because she thinks that his patients need him more. Because of that incident, he felt that he had to act to save the twins. Even his mother also always supports him and believes that he has the whole world in his brain. Heard about it, Ben becomes confident to perform conjoined twins separation surgery. In the hospital everyone is setting up surgery equipment and thinking about how to get 50 people to fit into one operating room. Then each team must practice to develop scenarios for the worst possible thing that could happen. The next day the conjoined twins arrived in America to be operated on by Dr. Ben. He then tells how the operation will be carried out and the possible risks. Not to forget, he also told August and Peter to continue to pray for their child's operation to run smoothly. On September 5, 1987, Ben's doctor performed the operation to separate conjoined twins, and of course it made everyone nervous.
I'm going to start separation now. Lord, it's like I'm
Stop the hearts right now. We haven't finished separating all the veins.
Dr. Wolf, call the page up.
in the sagittal sinus.
Inside you.
Plastic surgeons prepare to begin.
On September 6 at 3 p.m. the operation is complete and Ben tells August and Peter that the doctors have successfully operated on the separation of the conjoined twins. Then Ben was greeted by his mother.